Thousands of Black American soldiers who bled out on the front lines of World War I and World War II were shipped home in caskets, only to be completely banned from national military cemeteries and buried in the dirt like common criminals. This is the chilling, unfiltered history of the segregated dead. Every Memorial Day, the media fills your screen with pristine images of rolling green hills covered in uniform white marble headstones. But official historical records from the Department of Veterans Affairs reveal a far more sinister reality. Up until 1948, federal segregation policies explicitly barred Black veterans from being buried alongside white soldiers in national sanctuaries like Arlington. Think about the absolute sickness of that blueprint. These men wore the exact same uniform, fired the exact same weapons, and faced the exact same German machine guns. Yet, when their bodies were sent back to the country they died defending, the state decided their cold flesh wasn't white enough to rest in federal soil. National Archives documentation proves that local officials repeatedly lied to grieving Gold Star mothers, telling them their sons didn't qualify for full military honors. Instead of a dignified resting place, thousands of Black heroes were dumped into neglected, segregated sections of local woods, their final resting places marked with nothing but cheap wooden numbered stakes driven into the ground. Because the system structurally starved Black communities of generational wealth, many families simply couldn't afford the exorbitant costs of private funeral homes. As a direct result, hundreds of decorated combat veterans wound up in mass paupers' graves, completely penniless, completely unhonored, and completely forgotten by the empire that used them as battlefield currency. It took decades of relentless, aggressive activism from Black communities to force the government to go back and install proper headstones for some of these men. But as we sit here in 2026, thousands of our warriors still lie completely anonymous, trapped in unmarked plots across this nation. They survived the front lines of global tyranny, but they could not survive the absolute pettiness of American white supremacy after their hearts stopped beating. I want to hear from you down in the comments right now. Why is it that the political establishment will ruthlessly weaponize the image of Black soldiers to drum up national pride during wartime, but completely erase the fact that they treated our fallen heroes like hazardous waste once the war was won? Did you know the terrifying truth about how Black veterans were buried before today? Comment yes or no. Hit that follow button right now so we can keep bringing you the truth they tried to bury. Share this video to honor the forgotten, and stay locked into Black History Unfiltered.